During this week in Pokemon GO, we are going to be getting an in-game event featuring a brand new Pokemon along with a costume Pikachu. And we're also going to be getting a Community Day Classic that you will not want to miss, and I'm going to be going over all of this in today's video. Hey, how's it going everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon GO video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So today we're going to be going over all the content that is coming to Pokemon GO during this week, and considering that Niantic has been trying out this new format of having off weeks and active weeks, this is going to be one of those active weeks. We are getting ourselves an in-game event featuring a new Pokemon. This is the Spring Marathon event, and we're also getting a Community Day Classic with a Pokemon that is absolutely going to be relevant when it comes to the upcoming grading content in Pokemon Go Fest. We'll go over that more later, but first, let's go over the details for this Spring Marathon event. The Spring Marathon event is going to start this Tuesday, May 12 at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, and it's going to go until next Monday, May 18 at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. This event is going to feature the debut of Flittle as well as its evolved form Espathra, and you're also going to see Pikachu wearing a marathon visor making its debut. In order to get Espathra, you basically need to evolve a Flittle with 50 Flittle candies. It's a very straightforward evolution, and the one thing is, you're only going to be able to get Flittle through egg hatching, so that is something you will need to keep in mind for this event. It's going to be one requiring a lot of egg hatching. But with this event, there's going to be event bonuses tied to the Go Pass, and if you unlock certain milestones, you're going to unlock certain bonuses. At Tier 1, you're going to get double the amount of experience whenever you spin a Pokestop, and if you purchase the Deluxe Edition, you're going to get 3 times the amount of experience instead. But at Tier 2, for anyone with the free or the premium Go Pass, you're going to get a bonus which will reduce the amount of distance required to hatch an egg by half for any egg you place in incubators during the event. And speaking of egg hatching, these are going to be the Pokemon you will be able to get from 5-kilometer eggs that you obtain during this event. They're going to include Pichu wearing a flower crown, Togepi wearing a flower crown, Happiny wearing a flower crown, as well as the new Pokemon Flittle. And of course, if you're looking for additional costume Pokemon from previous springtime events, they are going to be obtainable from field research tasks. These will include Eevee adorned with cherry blossoms, as well as Baneri wearing a flower crown. And also during this event, there's going to be a free timed research which will be available to everyone that's going to award you with 21,000 experience, as well as an encounter with Pikachu wearing a marathon visor. If you're lucky, you might get yourself a high IV shiny of this Pokemon, so make sure you do not ignore this free timed research. Now, as typical with these sort of events, we're going to be getting a Go Pass, and there will be a free version as well as a deluxe edition. If you want the deluxe edition, it's going to cost $4.99 USD, and it's going to be available in the in-game shop as well as the web store, and it's going to give you additional premium rewards. Speaking of rewards, these are the rewards you're going to get. For everyone, even with the free version, you're going to get encounters with event-themed Pokemon. One of them, assumingly, is going to be Flittle, and then you're also going to get Stardust, Experience, Rare Candy, and Ultra Balls. And if you purchase the Deluxe Edition, these are the rewards you're going to get. You're going to get an exclusive event-themed avatar item, which looks to be the shoes that you see on the screen, and then you're going to get additional encounters with event-themed Pokemon, as well as Incense, Silver Pineapple Berries, Rare Candy XL, and Candy XL. Alright, so I also mentioned that during this week we're going to be getting a Community Day Classic, and this one is going to be featuring the Pokemon Deino. I will say this is a high priority event because when it comes to Deino's evolved form, Hydreigon, it is a very powerful Pokemon up against Mewtwo, which will be coming to raids for Pokemon Go Fest later this year. So yeah, let's go over the details for this event. You do not want to miss out on it. May 2026 Community Day Classic featuring the Pokemon Deino is going to be happening on Saturday, May 16 from 2 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. local time. Deino, the irate Pokemon, will be featured during this event. And of course, Deino is going to be appearing a lot more frequently in the wild, and you will have a chance at encountering a shiny one as well as one with a special background. Now, the one thing about the shiny rates is that they are going to be higher than usual. The Community Day rates are a lot higher than most other events, but this time you will be able to get one with a special background. So even if you already have yourself a shiny Deino that you have powered up and all that stuff, you might get lucky again and get one now with a special background. So yeah, do keep that in mind. Now, of course, this is going to be a community day, which means there's going to be an exclusive move for the Pokemon that you evolve into. During the event hours until 9 o'clock p.m. local time on the event day, you're going to be able to get the Charge Attack Brutal Swing on Hydreigon, which you evolve from Zweilous, which is of course the evolution for Deino. So if you evolve Deino fully into Hydreigon, you're going to get the Dark type Charge Attack Brutal Swing, and I will say this is one of those moves that absolutely makes this Pokemon relevant. It's a very powerful charge attack for PvP and for raid battles, so don't miss out on that. Now, considering this is a community day, there is of course going to be a special research ticket. It's going to cost $1.99 USD, and it's going to give you 3 encounters with Deino with a special background, pretty interesting, and then you're also going to get additional encounters with Deino, as well as a premium battle pass, as well as a rare candy XL. And I think it's interesting that they've been kind of reworking these community day special research tickets because it's been more about the special backgrounds. I feel like this is how they've been trying to keep these events relevant, but I don't necessarily know if it's doing enough. But at the very least, if you want a Deino with a special background guaranteed, you could pay $1.99 and get yourself 3 of them from this event ticket. And of course, there's also going to be event bonuses and a whole bunch of other goodies related to this event. During the event hours, you're going to get 3 times the amount of experience whenever you catch Pokemon. Incense, excluding the daily adventure incense, is going to last for 3 hours. You're going to get additional spawns from taking snapshots of Pokemon, and lure modules will last for 1 hour and may attract the featured Pokemon. Speaking of lure modules, this is something they've been doing recently, but between 2 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. local time, so for the extended hours, if you use lure modules, you'll be getting the community day Pokemon from those lure modules, and they will have an increased shiny chance and have a special background. This means that if you miss out on the original event hours from 2 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m., you'll still be able to get the community day Pokemon Deino and the shiny form, and some with a special background, until 9 o'clock p.m. using lure modules. So yeah, do keep that in mind. Even if you're gonna miss the event, you should still consider going somewhere with a lot of lures and hope for the best. That's one of the ways you can get an extended duration for this community day. And also finally, there's going to be field research tasks that will award you with Deino, and I will say this is one of the most understated aspects of community days as of late. It kind of makes these community days kind of like a limited research day on top of being a community day, and it's a great way for you to pick up high IV shinies and even those with a special background. Alright, and finally, let's go over the weekly content that's going to be happening during this week. Starting with max battles, we're going to be getting Growlithe in max battles throughout this week. And then in 5-star raids, we're going to see Buzzwole, Pheromosa, as well as Xurkitree, but they're going to be tied to specific regions. In the Americas and Greenland, you're going to see Buzzwole in raids, and then in Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and India, you're going to see Pheromosa, and then in the Asia Pacific region, you're going to see Xurkitree. I will say out of these 3, Xurkitree is going to be the most useful when it comes to raid battles, so if you want this particular Pokemon, you might need to use some remote raid passes if you do not live in the Asia Pacific region. And I will say Buzzwole and Pheromosa are still pretty decent Pokemon, but they're more geared towards PvP, so do keep that in mind. Also happening during this week, we're going to get Mega Golele in Mega Evolution raids, and I will say this is a pretty useful Mega Evolution specifically because of its ice typing. So don't ignore it. If you do not have Mega Golele, it'll be worth doing a couple of these raids so that you could at least get the Pokedex entry. And then in 5-star Shadow Legendary raids, we're going to be getting Shadow Cresselia, which in my opinion is not necessarily high priority. And then when it comes to PvP, these are the leagues that are going to be active during this week in the Go Battle League. We're going to have the Open Ultra League along with the Jungle Cup Great League Edition until Tuesday, May 12. And then afterwards, for the rest of the week, we're going to have the Open Master League along with the Catch Cup Memories in Motion Great League Edition. Alright, and there you have it. This is everything that's happening in Pokemon Go during this week. I will say it will be very busy. You will want to make sure you participate with that Community Day Classic. And then of course we have the Spring Marathon event. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing really else to talk about. Just make sure you go out and stay active because this is going to be a pretty important week. And yeah, that's it. There's nothing else. Yeah, definitely share your thoughts regarding this week down below in the comments. If you feel like there's something that's really important that I completely missed, or if you feel like this is actually not going to be a super active week, definitely share your reasons for thinking that. I'm very curious to know. So yeah, share those thoughts in the comments and let's have a great discussion. And if you enjoyed this video, best thing you could do to support my channel is by hitting the like button for this video, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already, and turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload videos. Also, go and check out the links in the description below. One of them is to my Patreon page, and if you want to play Pokemon Go with me, best way you could do that is by joining my Patreon. So yeah, make sure you go and check that out. And yeah, with all that said, that's going to be it for this video. I'm Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, have yourself a great week, and I'll catch you in the next video.